Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, guess what? You're not going to believe it. It happened again. Somebody's cruise was canceled for something in their shopping cart after the cruise was paid for. Okay, I'm going to give credit. This time it got fixed right away. And then I want to show you something that happened to me when I was charged extra after my cruise was also paid in full. So last night I got a message from some friends of mine who we've been on ships before, and we talk quite a bit, always sending me well wishes and everything, but they had a Norwegian cruise booked coming up shortly, and the same thing happened to the other lady who put the added the cart and just thought she was adding it to the cart. She wasn't paying for it, and it ended up getting her cruise canceled even though the cruise was paid off. Well, they did the same thing for a shore excursion. They were just shopping shore excursions and had happened to put one up there. Even though the cruise was paid off, they ended up canceling the cruise because of that shore excursion. $200 and some, $4,000 cruise again. And this wasn't with Uplift. This was being paid directly at the time by the customer. So they just happened to notice this when they went back in and noticed that there was no cruise there anymore for their reservation. They called the cruise line, and the good thing is that the cruise line recognized it right away. NCL recognized that this was a mistake, and they reinstated the cruise right away. That's the good news, okay? Because this is an ongoing issue, by the way. In fact, travel agencies have been sending in some complaints to the cruise line, like en masse. It's not just like one travel agent, it's the agencies who have been sending in saying, hey, with your booking engine and stuff like this is some issues that are going on. And the cruise line knows about it, they acknowledge it, and they are working on it. So good on NCL that they're working on getting some of this stuff fixed. All the credit in the world for that. The funny thing is, and the person was on the phone last night for over 2.5 hours trying to get everything reinstated and fixed and pay for the shore excursion and things like that. And then after all that was said and done, they looked down and they saw that there was $25 left owing. And they said, well, wait, I paid for the shore excursion and I paid the cruise in full. How do I still owe $25? Well, here's the thing. When they booked the cruise originally, they had the old gratuity rate. Since then, gratuities have gone up. So when they reinstated the cruise, it took the new gratuity rate. So they had to pay an extra $25 because the cruise line made a mistake. And of course they said, no, that's incorrect. But at this point, you either have to pay it or the machine, it's going to cancel it out again. Because if you don't pay that $25, it's like you haven't paid the cruise, and the machine, the algorithm of the website is going to cancel your cruise again. So they ended up paying $25 again because the cruise lines made a mistake again. So I have to give this warning out there while they're working on this issue and everything. Be very, very careful when you're on the website looking at anything. Unless you're wanting to buy it and pay for it right now, don't add anything to cart at all right now on that website. Because this could happen to you as well. It really, really could. And I'm going to give it. It's not just things like that can happen with NCL. I had a Princess cruise coming up. In fact, the one I'm going on this weekend, I've had paid off now for months. Like 6 months this cruise has been paid off. And just the other day, my niece Angelina was just looking over our bookings and seeing what we have included and what we don't, etc. like that. And she noticed that I had a $10 charge still owing on my cruise. No idea where that $10 came from. It could be because this one was booked as a travel agent rate, that it goes by whatever the gratuities are at the time. And so if the gratuities have gone up on Princess, then my gratuities would go up the $10. And so it could be that. But guess what? My cruise is still there. That $10 could have been on my owing now for 2 months. I haven't looked at it since forever, since it's been paid off. And my cruise is still there. It's not canceled because I owe $10 on a $3,000 cruise. That's the good news. That's the way it should be, right? It should be that. It should be I get there, and if I owe you $10, you'll get the $10 from me when I get there. In fact, when you're signing up and everything to get on board, they have your credit card already. So it's pre-approved. You've given them the card for expenses and everything on board. I think that $10 is pretty safe. I think they're going to get their $10. So that's the way it should be. And I hope the other cruise line gets their website fixed. I know they're working on it, and I know it's a concern because my agencies send in letters, and I know others have as well, because it's coming up way too often. This is an event that's coming up way too often that should not be happening. But wow, at least this one got solved relatively quickly. At least they didn't lose their cruise. Cost them an extra $25, but better that than losing your entire cruise. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.